His efforts and dedication to the game have made him a lock for the Hall of Fame. Throughout his career, James has encountered many moments to remember. He's the most polarizing, popular, and talked about athlete on the entire planet. But that doesn't necessarily mean we know everything about four-time NBA MVP LeBron James. Starting from the beginnings of his career, here are 10 things you need to know about LeBron James. Number 10. Two football coaches changed LeBron's life. James was 16 when she had her only child, LeBron, and when her mother died just a couple of years later, she and baby LeBron lost their entire support system. When LeBron was growing up in some of the seedier sections of Akron, his mother, Gloria, moved from job to job to improve his living conditions. They spent 6 or so years bouncing around between couches and apartments in Akron's projects. Then, when he was 9 years old, he met Bruce Kelker, who was putting together a youth football team. Kelker took LeBron under his wing, and the Jameses moved in with him so that young LeBron would begin to have some stability. By the end of that year, another youth football coach, Frank Walker, offered to let LeBron move in with his family. After missing 80-something days of the 4th grade because of their chaotic living arrangements, LeBron didn't miss a single day of 5th grade. Number 9. A broken wrist sealed LeBron's basketball fate. LeBron James was regarded as one of the top high school wide receivers in Ohio. His career could have taken another direction if he decided to stick with football, but minimizing injury risk to play basketball was a bigger priority. James played both football and basketball through middle and high school, and some have speculated that he could have gone pro with football. But in June 2002, just before his senior year, he broke his wrist during an AAU, Amateur Athletic Union, game. Because of the 2-month recovery time, James decided he needed to forego football season so that he'd be fully healed for his senior basketball season. Number 8. LeBron subscribed to hard work, sleep hard philosophy. If you want to be the greatest of all time, you need to get plenty of rest. A whole lot of it, actually. LeBron once opted to sleep 12 hours per night, though these days he's more likely to get a solid 8 hours, with a nap sometime during the day. That extra shut-eye is key considering just how much mileage the man has logged on the hardwood. As of 2019, in his 16th pro year, he's already the NBA's all-time leader in playoff minutes, played with 10,049. That's the equivalent of 3 extra 82-game regular seasons. Another thing LeBron keeps his health routine. I've heard it's good for the heart, he told ESPN, the magazine, in 2018. Listen, I'm playing the best basketball of my life, and I'm drinking some wine pretty much every day. He does, however, having discerning taste. Bron has a supercomputer in his brain. On the subject of vino, former teammate Kevin Love said that their Cavaliers teammates agree that he's usually the one they trust to order when they go out. Number 7. LeBron was the first black man on the cover of Vogue. Only 2 men had ever made a Vogue cover before LeBron did it in April 2008, Richard Gere and George Clooney. LeBron's cover arrived with controversy, however. Observers noted how much the Annie Leibovitz pictorial, which featured James alongside supermodel Gisele Bündchen. For the annual Shape issue, the front cover was the basketball star holding the supermodel in a manner viewers thought resembled a vintage King Kong poster. Recalled racist U.S. Army imagery from World War I that used King Kong as a symbol of a mad brute alongside a white damsel in distress. Number 6. LeBron wasn't the highest paid guy in his team until 31. James was the NBA's highest paid player overall in the 2016-17 season, but he played a dozen years of professional ball before even being the highest earner on his own roster. He was surrounded by a number of league veterans during his first stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers, including an aging and injury-wrecked Shaquille O'Neal, and James famously agreed to take less than his full market value in order to form a super team with the Miami Heat in 2010. He hit the top of the pay grade during his second go-around with the Cavaliers, and his new 4-year deal with the Lakers puts him on track to be the highest-paid player ever. 2013 was a good year for LeBron James. He played great as usual, and he managed to surpass Kobe Bryant as the highest-paid basketball player in the world. He earned a $56.5 million contract. According to Forbes, LeBron made $65 million in 2015, factoring in his NBA salary and endorsement deals. That put him at number 18 on the list of the world's highest-paid celebrities of the year. Number 5. LeBron had been compared to Michael Jordan since he was a kid. The opening scene of that 2002 Sports Illustrated feature, the one when James was a high schooler, showed the teen talking to the superstar as if they were old friends. The moment feels charged, even a little historic. Grant Wall wrote, "Remember that photograph of a teenaged Bill Clinton meeting JFK? Same vibe. Here together are his Airness and King James, the 38-year-old master and the 17-year-old prodigy. The best of all time, and the high school junior, whom some people, from drooling NBA general managers to wearing shoe company execs at awestruck fans, believe could be the heir apparent." Sharing a few records with his idol Michael Jordan, one of James' most famous accomplishments is that he and Jordan are the only two players to ever win a league MVP, NBA Finals MVP, and Olympic gold medal in the same year. MJ accomplished it back in 1992, and James did it in 2012. Not only has James been living up to the MJ legacy on the basketball court, but he's hoping to at the theater. The original Michael Jordan kid-com Space Jam was the highest-grossing basketball movie ever, and the LeBron James starring sequel is shaping up to be a slam dunk as well. A summer 2021 release date has been set, which will mark a convenient 25 years since the first intergalactic b-ball tournament. And Black Panther director Ryan Coogler has signed on as its producer. Of course, expectations are high after LeBron's surprisingly agile performance as a fictionalized version of himself in Judd Apatow's 2015 movie Trainwreck. Critic Ian Crouch even argued in The New Yorker that James was the funniest performer in the film that starred two bona fide comedic heavyweights, Amy Schumer and Bill Hader. Here's hoping he can hold his own next to the Looney Tunes. Number 4. LeBron's son and namesake is also tearing up the basketball court. LeBron James Sr. once admitted that he may have made a mistake in naming his firstborn son after him. The pressure that comes with being LeBron James Junior could be knee-buckling, but Bronny has thrived on the come-up and is emerging as the next big thing. The 8th grader is already dunking with ease at age 14, and he landed scholarship offers from powerhouse schools like Duke and Kentucky before turning 12. But his protective father, who certainly remembers a thing or two about being endlessly hyped as a teen, is definitely keeping a close eye on his son. He's already got some offers from colleges, James told CBS Detroit in 2015. "It's pretty crazy. It should be a violation. You shouldn't be recruiting 10-year-old kids." Number 3. He signed a $90 million contract with Nike in high school. Even though LeBron was technically not allowed to touch most of his money until graduation, he signed a $90 million deal with Nike while still playing high school basketball. Nike rolled the dice early in LeBron's career, and it has more than paid off. In 2015, LeBron signed a lifetime deal with Nike. A company spokesperson would not say how much Nike paid, but one source familiar with the negotiation said it's the largest single athlete guarantee in company history. It is believed to be the first lifetime deal in the shoe and apparel company's 44-year history. LeBron's first Nikes were mainly inspired by the Hummer Mom got him in high school. His Nike sneaker line is one of the most selling shoes at present and continues to grow year after year. Number 2. He endorses Dunkin Donuts. With a psyche like LeBron's, not too many people would think that he eats a ton of unhealthy stuff. Still, that didn't stop Dunkin Donuts from signing him to a big marketing deal to promote the brand in Asia a few years ago. It appears that James is sweet on and off the court. LeBron James earns more from his endorsements contract than his NBA contract as a player. He is one of the most wanted stars in the advertisement world and has worked with a lot of companies like Samsung, Nike, State Farm, Coca-Cola, and many more. Number 1. Loves his president. He has kept his political beliefs public. He is a Democrat and was a very vocal supporter for President Obama. In 2008, LeBron donated $20,000 to Barack Obama's presidential campaign. James has a long-standing friendship with former U.S. President Barack Obama, visiting the White House multiple times while the latter was in office and even sending him birthday wishes over Twitter. When Obama left office, James recorded a heartfelt farewell message, thanking him and calling him and his family a true inspiration. But his support of the president did not stop there. James was later recruited by Obama to help him promote the Affordable Care Act. James made a 30-second public service announcement about the bill that was running at a peak time during the March Madness NCAA basketball championships. He clearly does not mind letting people know where he stands. I hope you enjoyed knowing more about King James. Do share with us in the comments if you know about any other interesting things about him. Please subscribe to The Luxury World for upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.